Welcome to our beginner-friendly piano tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to play the easy piano accompaniment for Truly, Madly, Deeply by Savage Garden in the female key of E major. Here's middle C for a reference. This tutorial is transposed to E major to fit the female vocal range. We'll begin the song's highly recognizable intro starting with our left hand. Our first chord is E major with E on the left. Next is B major chord with B on the left. Then we have A major chord with A on the left. And then back to B major chord with B. On the right hand for our E major chord we have B, E, and G sharp. This is our second inversion for E major. For B major chord we have B, D sharp, and F sharp, which is the root position. For A major, we have A, C sharp, and E, which is the root position. Then we go back to B major. With hands together, we have E major, B major, A major, and back to B major. This chord is called the 1-5-4-5 progression because 1 corresponds to the first note of the E major scale, which is E. 5 corresponds to the fifth note of the scale, which is B. And 4 is the fourth note of the scale, which is A. This is our chord progression for the intro. For the verse section, the same exact progression is used except we play the chord progression twice. After the verse, we have the pre-chorus section where we have C sharp minor chord. We have C sharp on the left, and C sharp, E, and G sharp on the right, which is the root position. Then back to B major, A major, and B major. You'll notice this chord progression is the same as the intro, except instead of starting with E major, we start with C sharp minor. This chord is called the 6-5-4-5 progression because 6 corresponds to the sixth note of the E major scale, which is C sharp. For the chorus section, we already know the chord progression. It is the same one used for the intro and the verse section. The chord progression is played twice in the chorus. We now arrive to the bridge section. The chord progression is A major, B major, A major, B major, A major, B major. This chord progression is called the 4-5-4-5-4-5 progression. Canto section of the song where the piano still uses the same chord progression as the intro, verse, and chorus section. After the instrumental, we have the verse section where we play the main chord progression once, and then we play E major, B major, and A major. Then we have the chorus section played twice, and then the outro, which we will also play the main chord progression. Now, let's explore how to transpose this song into a different key. This can be particularly helpful if the song's current key is too high for your vocal range. Suppose we want to transpose this song to A major. I will first need to know what the A major scale is. Here's the A major scale. Remember, our primary chord progression is 1-5-4-5. Let's determine what these correspond to in A major. 1 is the first note of the A major scale, which is A, so our chord 1 is A major. 5 is the fifth note of the A major scale, which is E, so our chord 5 is E major. And 4 is the fourth note of the A major scale, which is D, so our chord 4 is D major. So the chord progression for the intro, verse, chorus, and outro in A major is A major, E major, D major, and E major. For the pre-chorus, our chord progression is 6, 5, 4, 5. 6 is the 6th note of the A major scale, which is F sharp. So our chord 6 is F sharp minor. Thus, the chord progression for the pre-chorus in A major is F sharp minor, E major, D major, and E major. Finally, the chord progression for the bridge is 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, which corresponds to D major, E major, D major, E major, D major, and E major. This method of transposing is incredibly useful and can be applied to other songs. Here are other piano tutorials of love songs you might want to check out.